Coming up on this episode of Rally Round the House.
You're gonna break something.
A son toasts his parents' 20 years of marriage with a 2-day backyard makeover.
Oh, okay.
We're building a stone fireplace, a mirror to reflect romance, and a white garden, making every day a wedding day.
It goes on and on and on. Like your parents' marriage.
And in our design snapshot, William gives neighborhood kids landscape tips at no cost.
I know you guys are strapped for cash, but they're not expensive.
Our landscape school's in session
See, you learn things every day on Rally Around the House.
with construction pro Norma Valley,
Yes, coach!
garden expert William Moss,
Use your muscles and biceps.
and me, Josh Green.
Family portrait.
Our helpers are playing hooky, creating a pass-fail situation.
What happened to you?
No, I was just sleeping.
Next on Rally Round the House.
Kids these days, what can you do with them? Hey folks, Josh Green here. Welcome to Rally Around the House. Today we're in Atlanta, Georgia at the home of Robert and Rebby Norris. 20 years ago, 30 of their friends and family gathered in the backyard to celebrate Robert and Rebby's wedding ceremony. The yard looks nothing like it did that day, however. A fire 2 years ago nearly destroyed their home and left the backyard trashed.
They never really want to even go back there or look because it's always been so destroyed since the fire.
We always used to hang out there, and I kind of missed those times a little bit, and I just wanted to make it pretty for them, especially my mom.
I think it's just a good thing, you know, to give back. And when Morgan told me about this, I was totally up for it.
Robert and Rebby's home has been renovated. We're here to restore the backyard and tomorrow afternoon celebrate a 20-year union with a champagne toast. Now the Norrises know that they're getting a rally makeover, but they don't know what it is. That part is always a surprise. You must be Rebby.
Yes, I am.
And you must be Robert.
Hey.
I'm Josh.
How you doing?
I'm very well, thanks. Let's head on to the backyard. We'll see what's going on back there. I understand you're having some issues.
A few.
Oh, what are you talking about? This is beautiful back here.
Oh, please.
It's absolutely barren.
Devastated.
Barren, yeah.
Nasty.
Now, I understand that you had a fire back here, and that caused some damage. What was up with
Well,
that?
the whole second story was burnt.
Okay.
And they literally shoveled the second story out into the backyard
And left it.
for a little while. I mean, and
A
it was
month or
2
so.
stories high, full of debris and burnt junk.
But essentially, Robert, the backyard never recovered from the fire.
Absolutely, did not, as you can see.
Now, in your dream world, what do you see going on back here?
I'd like to have something that would kind of block the carport because we can't enclose the carport.
Now, Robert, in order for us to make this a surprise, and that's half the fun, we're going to put you in your house for 2 days. We cover up the windows, cover up the doors. You don't come out. Are you okay with that?
Good thing it's football started.
I may be joining you.
That'd be good, that'd be great.
Let's get you guys inside and let's get this rally started, all right?
All right.
Follow me.
Good
Let's
luck
go.
on this.
We have 36 hours and a ton of teens to help take this space from barren to backyard bliss.
We got a long couple of days ahead of us, okay? As I'm sure Dylan and Morgan know, the parents have been married for 20 years now, right? And they got married right back here. All right? The backyard's had some good times and some bad times. The parents have had all good times, right? All good times.
All good times.
All good times.
Mostly good times.
Mostly good times. All right? We want to bring those good times back here and show that 20-year commitment. So we're going to build some stuff with stone.
The goal of today's makeover is to rekindle the romance in the Norrises' backyard.
We're giving this barren space focus with a dramatic fireplace.
And then we'll bring further balance to the backyard with a stone terrace centered around a Celtic circle symbolic of eternity. We'll introduce the Nautilus symbol of renewal into our design with unique stepping stones, a painted patio, and easy-to-make moss planters.
Right now, the yard is dark. We'll brighten it up by adding colorful leaf cutouts and a white-themed garden.
And last, we'll reflect on 20 years of marriage with an impressive mirror and frame.
want to orient this so that it's facing the house. So there's the residence. Here is the basketball court, kind of patio area. So we're going to come off of the existing brick. You see how it kind of curves around? And put a little path here of mulch, stepping stones, and there's the fireplace. But none of that can happen if these trees and rocks are in the way.
That's what we're here for.
That's what we're here for. So we got to clear all of this area out, including these 3 trees here. I hate to take this down because it's a great tree, but we're going to replace it. Don't worry, we'll put the white garden in.
What do you mean white garden? Like white flowers and white drapes?
We'll have some white flowers, but more than that, you see how dark it is back here? We're kind of underneath these trees. Beautiful trees, by the way. I love these oaks, and they reach really high. But the problem with that is it's kind of a little dark back here all the time. So what the white garden is going to do is brighten things up. It's not just with the flowers, it's also with the foliage. We're going to have a lot of plants that have bright leaves like this, and also plants that have edgings that are bright. It's called variegation. So what it does is it gives the garden a certain brightness, even though it's shady. So that's, rather say bright garden, we say white garden, but really it's just a brighter type plant.
A bright garden it is, complete with colorful fence cutouts.
All right, Danielle, step on over here for a sec. We've got probably the hardest project of the 2 days in front of us here right now.
All right.
All right? Do you know what we're doing?
We're cutting out leaves.
That's right. We are cutting out leaves. And it's not difficult. I made that part up. This is a material called Luan, and what that is an inexpensive grade of mahogany.
The jigsaw is a great tool to use when cutting tight curves or corners.
There you go. It's that simple. All right?
Okay.
You want to give it a try?
Yeah.
You're a pro. You're a pro. All right, stop for a second. Now, I'm going to let you finish this project, but real quick, I want like the quick 411 on you.
Yeah.
Why are you here today? How do you know these people?
Well, I came to school here 4 years ago.
You went to school at this house?
No, I came to Atlanta for school 4 years ago,
Okay.
and I met my friend Dylan. And Dylan's their daughter, and they kind of took me in, and they're kind of like my pseudo-parents here in Atlanta.
Okay.
Yeah.
And do you think that they're the kind of people that would like to have leaves on their fence?
We're about to find out, aren't
We are about to find out. And you know what? You know why I'm handing this project off to you?
we? Why?
Because if they don't like leaves on their fence, I can say, well, it was Danielle's thing, you know? It was her project.
But if they do, is it your project?
Well, we shared it.
Okay.
Is that cool with
Got
you? Is that cool with you?
It's cool with me.
All right.
Coming up, we're playing hard, but hardly working.
The fun has to stop now!
The heat is on
We're behind on the fireplace.
to finish day 1 in good shape.
It's going to be a long day.
And in our design snapshot, a field trip gives free tips on fixing up a landscape.
And it costs you nothing to do that.
We're building benches, a circle stone terrace, and starting the fireplace when Rally Around the House continues. We're back at the Norris's 2-day backyard makeover. Day 1 is dwindling, but the work is piling up. We're digging out an area for the fireplace hearth and painting our leaf cutouts for the fence.
But while we're all working, our rally coach is playing. Recess is over, guys. You like sitting on the bench?
Well, I'm eager to get in,
Yeah.
play Josh.
You used to sitting on the bench a lot, Morgan?
No, I'm the starter. You know?
Are you?
Yeah.
Well, you know what? This bench here, it served its purpose, but time for it to go.
A lot of things fall on this bench.
I mean, come on now. It's a 2x6 up on some cinder block? We gotta give your mom and dad something better than that. We're gonna be building new benches
New benches.
that are much nicer looking than what, I mean, did your dad build
Hopefully
that?
a lot sturdier, yeah. We
A
built
lot
that on our
sturdier,
own.
it's dangerous, and it ain't that pretty. So the first thing we have to do is, you see how this is really rough here? It's okay on the legs, I mean, it's a cool look, you know? but sitting on it may not be that much fun. 'Cause we don't want splinters on our booties, do we? Even though there's going to be cushions, but we still want to get the top of it smooth. So we're going to be using
cushions.
Yeah.
Cool.
Very cool. And there's going to be 2 of them. We're going to use this planer to take off about a 1/16 inch off the top. Here, put these on. Why don't you go around the other side and catch it?
All right.
See how smooth?
A lot smoother.
You know how long that would take if we had to do this by hand?
Probably at least a day.
Okay, well, let's clear this out of the way and we can start to assemble.
Yeah, let's start building.
The assembly is easy, but there are a few steps. First, fill the mortise slot with glue. Next, insert the tenon. We're using yellow pine, a stronger wood that will add support. Then attach the first leg to the bottom of the bench, secure the stretcher to the middle, and attach the final leg to the stretcher and bench top at the same time.
We're not done yet. Now we're at the point where we want to put screws in to secure it even further.
Adding screws ensures a sturdy seat.
That's it. So you can finish doing this, and I'm going to find your friend Max, your basketball friend, and he'll help you do the other one.
All right, cool.
All right,
Thank you.
You're a pro now. I have faith in you.
This is a Celtic or a Celtic, depending on how you like to say it. A Celtic design that is supposed to signify your parents' marriage, the union, because they've been together for so long. And in the classical Celtic design, you've got this figure here that is interlocking, and it doesn't stop. It goes on and on and on, like your parents' marriage, right?
Right.
So what we're going to do here is we're going to grab some stones, and we're going to do rows, just like we've started right over here. The cement's going to rise as we fill this up. And I'm putting the longer one right here in the center, because we want the longer ones in the center. So we need one more right there.
Is this good size?
Yeah, that looks good. I don't know that you can really do anything wrong here, you know? In the worst case scenario, we can go through and pull a couple of these and put another couple in, all right? From what you've seen so far back here, which is a lot of, well, nothing so far. What do you think your parents' reaction is going to be when they come out tomorrow?
I think they'll be very surprised and happy. I'm not sure about the leaves on the fence.
Yeah, you know what? Me either. But you know what's the cool thing about the leaves? If push comes to shove, we can take them down.
Okay.
All right? You never know with some of these designs, you know?
They look pretty.
They do look pretty. And that looks real good. What I want to do now is just kind of bring, this isn't going to work. That's not big enough. I need, where'd that trowel go?
This might
See
be a little
skinny
deep.
enough? Well, that's what I'm saying. We need to take some of this
Should we just use our
and
fingers?
move it. Yeah, that'll work. Why not?
While we level things out, William is about to step out for today's Design Snapshot. This is Rally's way of rewarding helpers with landscaping tips on a tight budget.
Well, Rebby and Robert's children were nice enough to call us out to set up things there at the house. And so what we thought we'd do is come over and give you guys some tips that you can do to help your mom out around the home. On a weekend, you know, you two guys can get together and do it. I know you guys probably are strapped for cash, because I was definitely strapped to that age too.
Definitely.
So we'll keep these things something on a very low budget.
Currently, but
Unemployed type budget. That's your budget, huh?
Yeah.
Zero.
Yeah. mowing yards for any kind of scrap here and there.
Okay, well, first I want you just to look at the front of the house. It looks good, but there are a couple of things that have to be addressed. You've got the hanging pots, and I'm sure she takes great care of them.
I don't know.
Well,
Maybe.
you don't know because you haven't been taking care of them.
Maybe I should. Maybe I should.
Maybe you should.
The plants are important, but removing the dead dogwood takes top priority. It'll create a clean and inviting look from the street. Then, add healthy hanging ferns to the porch. The lush green will really pop against the white.
Now I'm looking at this front bed, and it really serves no purpose. And it looks like right here, people are coming out of their car and just kind of stepping right through this area where grass should be.
Yeah.
So here's an idea. Here's a 2-for-1 special. Take your shrubs that you have here that really aren't doing anything,
Right.
and let's arrange them in kind of a semicircle along this region of the driveway and this part of the yard. That way, when people get out of the car, they're forced to walk along the driveway and down the flagstone path like you want them to.
Yeah.
And you guys can get some grass growing back here.
And it's just a nice little cornering of the bushes.
Right. And speaking of shrubs, your front shrubs here, they're a little tall. Now,
Yeah.
this isn't so bad right now, but these things will grow quick and give you problems later. So let's keep your shrubs pruned to about the top of the foundation. I don't mind if you come up maybe a couple of inches, 4 or 5 inches, but you don't want them ever to get up too tall. You got a beautiful porch. So let's leave it the way it is. Let's have it looking nice so you can see out and people can see the nice detail work on your railing. So make sure you take that down. You could add in a row of impatiens right here. White impatiens. I know you guys are strapped for cash, but they're not expensive. You get a row of white impatiens to put through here, and that white on white will really look nice.
Yeah, I can see that.
Is that possible for you guys to do?
Sounds good.
How about Justin?
Definitely.
All right, good. Let's get back over and help out at Robert and Rebby's.
All right, let's.
Day 1 is nearing an end, and we're just now getting started on the fireplace.
We are at the first step of building our foundation for the fireplace. You know, we're putting in a fireplace, and let me show you this picture. Cameron and Justin, look at this. This is the fireplace we're building. And in front of it, you can see we already dug out.
So this is the slab right here that goes there.
There's going to be a seating area there with benches around it. And this is the foundation where this fireplace is going to sit.
Right.
So this will be on top of that.
Right, exactly. There it is. Somebody get in front. All right, guys, start smoothing it out. You know, this is a really cool, I mean, obviously a fireplace is a very cool place to hang out,
Outside especially.
right? It's 4 by 6, you know, so it's it's going to be a nice sized fireplace. But more than that, it's really symbolic of their marriage.
Yeah.
I mean, they've been married for how many years now? 20 years?
I don't even know. I know it's a very long time.
Forever. And it's, you know, talking about a solid foundation.
Yeah, here it is.
And there's going to be granite benches in front of it, so everything really represents the stability and the strength of their marriage. All right, well, obviously, we have about, 15, 20 more bags of concrete we need to put in here.
At least.
At least. So I'm going to get some people to help me carry bags of concrete up. You guys continue smoothing this out, all right?
All righty.
I'll be back.
Hey, food's on.
Hey, man, we're getting ready for dinner.
Yeah?
Yeah, we're thinking
You ready to come outside yet?
yeah, we're ready. Are we ready now?
Yeah, we're going. We're going out right now. Come on. Big surprise. Yeah, that's the big surprise.
Okay, so it's
Yeah, put that down. We're done. We're ready to go.
1 day instead of a 2 day.
Yeah, because it happens so fast because those kids are working so hard outdoors.
Well, bless their little heart.
How do you feel about all those kids out there working this hard for
I'm
you?
glad to see them working. They need to be working.
That's what young people need to do.
Work for their elders?
It helps build
Work
character.
at all.
Now, you guys have been in this house for 20 years now. Is that right?
20, coming up 23.
23.
Wow. Okay. And you got married in the backyard.
Yes.
Why did you guys decide to do that?
We wanted a garden wedding, and we
Lots of
checked
people.
around local places, and they were either booked or just way expensive. And so we looked at our backyard and said, oh, you know, this looks as good as any of the places we've seen. Why don't we just do it back there?
You had a fire here a couple of years ago. Could you tell me a little bit about that and what you did when the house was being renovated and when you were displaced?
That was the start of a pretty long year for us, and 2001 was a tough year for everybody, but especially for us. And we were out from January 2nd to about December 15th, staying in an apartment down the street, 3-bedroom apartment, 2 teenagers, about half the size of this house, so it's pretty tight quarters, but we got back into like a little family relationship, so there was a lot of good things about it because we were forced to, get together and
It was an adventure.
interact and try and get along, which,
It was kind of fun, and that was, except for this
educational.
house, that's the only other place they lived.
Well, you guys can get back to cooking dinner, but I appreciate your time, and we look forward to seeing you tomorrow. And I look even more forward to seeing the looks on your faces when you see how badly we've mangled your backyard. Hey, have a good afternoon.
Hey, this is
I'm
great.
kidding. I'm kidding.
Appreciate it.
It's coming along really
We're
well.
looking forward to it.
We are too.
When we return,
There's good news and there's bad news.
it's a day 2 no-show,
Not one kid.
but the show
It's got to get done.
must go on.
What do you guys
What do we do?
I don't know.
Drag them out of bed?
We'll shake things up with paint, build a fireplace, and plant moss planters. When Rally Round the House continues. It's day 2 of Robert and Revy's backyard makeover. This is what the space looked like 24 hours ago. Here's how it looks now. We did manage to make progress on the fireplace structure, but let's just say we've got a long day ahead of us. But I'm sure our team of teenagers will be up early and eager to go.
Hey guys,
Whistle. What?
there's good news and there's bad news. The good news is it's 9 o'clock.
Wait a minute. Wait. I want the bad news first.
No, the good news is it's 9 o'clock, day 2. Some people stuck around last night and got the fireplace started. The bad news is
Nobody's here.
there's nobody here. Not one kid.
Did you tell them it was today? Did they know
I
it's...
didn't know that was my job.
Maybe they think it's tomorrow.
Maybe. I mean, what do we?
What do you guys
What do we do?
I don't know.
Drag them out of bed?
I think what happened was we scared the kids off a little bit, telling them it was going to be a harder day's work today.
Morgan's in for a rude awakening. It's Sunday morning, and he has to work.
What am I doing?
Morgan, it's about time. What happened to you?
No, I was just sleeping. Had a rough night.
Yeah, I had a rough night.
We worked you that hard yesterday?
Oh yeah.
Take care of him, all right?
Celebrate.
We're going to gather
Oh, is
some
that
more.
what it is? My goodness. We got, we were thinking it was going to be, we were on our own today. Well,
So what are we doing now?
did you get your coffee yet?
Oh no, I don't drink coffee.
All
I had
right.
my biscuits though.
Did you have your vitamins and your juice? Because we need some energy.
I'll get my energy pretty soon.
Okay. This first layer here, we're not going to see the end, so it doesn't matter that we have a space in between there like that. The next line of bricks we're putting down is going to be offset like
Yeah.
this. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
So the end pieces we'll just have to cut. All right, so let's get another layer of this mortar down because we have to keep going all up to here with the brick. We're going to go up the sides also. And then the last thing we do is we're going to face it with these.
Oh, that's cool.
Nice, right?
Yeah.
All along. So let's get this going.
All right.
While Norma's work stacks up, I'm going to hit the court again. But this time, it's all business.
Since I'm not sure if the lid's on tight, I'm going to let you shake it.
Oh,
Okay? Put your one hand right there.
oh.
The other hand on, yeah, like this. Now shake it. That's good. Shake, shake, shake. Right. Okay, that was one of the most dynamic shakings I've ever seen. All right, we're going to call that good enough. All right. When's the last time you painted a nautilus, Caitlin?
I don't think ever.
Really? You've never painted a nautilus?
Nope.
Well,
I mean, can't be that hard.
It's not, especially when it's already chalked out for us. All we're going to do is paint on top of the chalk line, the width of the brush. It's going to obviously need more than just one coat because it's cement. It's not going to all take the first time. Do you hang out over here at the house?
Yeah. Mostly during the summer.
Rebby and Robert are pretty cool about letting you guys come and just hang out.
Yeah, they're sweet. I love Rebby and I love Robert. They're really nice people.
If you had to guess Robert and Rebby's reaction when they come out and see this, what would you guess it might be?
I think they're going to be really pleased with everything. They're going to be really surprised, and I think both of them are going to have huge smiles on their faces.
For real?
I think so.
But will they be pleased to see their backyard spiraling out of control? Our Nautilus design is spreading to stepping stones, and now terracotta trays.
You know what this is, by the way?
Plants.
It's the plant of the show. This is called Irish moss.
Irish moss.
Or Sagina subulata. Sagina sagina. This will give you a little. This is the Irish moss. It's a plant. It's a very modern plant. This is moss. So it's completely different. So we're not putting moss, it's just called, it's not really a moss. We just call it Irish moss because it looks like it. It's really actually a plant. Moss is a very primitive plant, has no flowers, no technical true leaves or roots or anything. But this one actually does have flowers and will bloom and look really nice and spread out and be a great plant for the Norrises. So I'm gonna put this little piece of moss, Irish moss, remember, Irish moss.
Irish moss.
Regular moss.
That's not what we're using.
We're not using this, and William moss.
Is your last name really Moss?
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Okay.
Is it really?
It really is. It really is. We're making these great circular patterns with it.
Yeah, I like those.
This is a great plant for it, the spiral, because it's going to spread out. So we started out by putting some soil in, and I'm getting a little funky now. I'm going back and forth between the dark one and the light one. Over here, we just did two of the same. So here's what I want to do. Rather than you just keep handing me plants, why don't you start off on one of your own design, and you can make it however you want to make it.
Do we get to use any of these plants or not these? No.
Yeah, these are the same. This is still the Sagina. All these are exactly the same. These are just a lot shorter, a lot smaller. Now, these plants can be found at most garden centers. Surprisingly enough, this plant is hardy like all the way up in Chicago where I am, and all the way down to like Florida. So it's a great plant.
You can find it
to use.
anywhere.
You can find it in most garden centers.
Okay.
The real thing that's going to make this look nice is going to be the rocks once you put them on top. This is the river rock. It looks really nice, really decorative. It's just been tumbled. Either it's been tumbled naturally in a river or somebody has like this big turner and they tumble it in that. Regardless, you can buy this almost anywhere. There are a lot of home craft centers that have them. But it's easier to get them from like a landscaping place because you can buy them by the bag a lot cheaper than you can by the can.
This is very big, bulky.
Well, split it a little bit more, but once again, you can, let me have half of that, as a matter of fact. Why don't you give me half? Now, this is not a quick process, but it is a fun process, and this is something that anyone can do. You can get together. Have you got any siblings, any younger siblings?
Yeah, I do.
How old are they?
I have a younger sister. She's 13.
Well, this is something that anyone can do, and especially at that age, they're so creative and they've got so many great ideas. You know, it's always fun to do things that may not necessarily be practical with the plants, but it's just kind of artsy. Like yours doesn't look very practical at all at this moment because the roots are not in the ground. But once you put the roots down in there, I'm sure it's going to look great. I'll finish this one, and then I'm going to add my rocks to it, and I'll help you out.
Okay.
Coming up.
Bring shovels and strong backs.
Summer school's never been so hard.
I'm learning.
You're learning.
Will Morgan's friends pass the test?
When was the last time you built an outdoor fireplace?
Or ditch our design?
That sounds like kids who don't want to dig any more holes.
We're facing the fireplace, painting cushions, and planting our white garden when Rally Around the House continues. It's 2:15 on day 2 of our backyard renovation. Rebby and Robert are kept inside while their 16-year-old son and his friends transform this space from useless to 20th anniversary bliss. But our teen helpers were late showing up, and our projects are behind schedule. So right now, an on-time reveal is definitely not set in stone.
Hey, Hans. All right, I'm gonna need your help with this. We got our fireplace here, right?
All right.
We poured the foundation, that's dried. We put the cinder blocks up, we put the fire brick in there, and now we're putting on this ledger stone, see? Which is gonna be like a veneer.
Oh, okay.
You see what I mean? It's gonna cover all the surface because if we were really like stacking fieldstone or flagstone to make this, it would be extremely expensive and heavy and a lot of work. This is really easy to work with, and it's made from a concrete mold. And this is the back. this rumply part. And this is what goes right on to our cinder block and covers it up like that.
All right.
You just put a little bit on the back, and like I told you, the back is this rumply side.
So is this fireplace going to have a chimney to it, or is it just going to be open?
It's open.
Oh.
It's outdoors, open. Open fireplace. The smoke doesn't have to travel any place but out into the air.
And this will just dry and harden onto it?
Yep. You know what, babe? You need a little bit more. A little more.
I'm learning.
You're learning. That's part of the fun. Are you doing how I said it sideways? That'll hold now. It should be enough so that when you push it on, it squeezes out the top. You see? Like that.
All right.
And that creates like a suction and holds it in place.
This fireplace facing is going to take a while, so I'm going to run inside and check on our shut-ins.
So you guys got a good night's sleep last night?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, I slept pretty good. Guys showed up about 6:30. That's a good time to wake up.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I slept through all that. I didn't wake up till 8:30.
Now, you know what? You woke up at 8:30. You woke up at 6:30. We were here early this morning as well, and we didn't really see any kids until about 9:30.
That's
or
about
10.
right. Yeah.
I had to go up and wake them up. I thought they were already awake.
Now, you know what? One of the things that every single kid out there has said, one of the cool things about you guys, is that you're like the family that everyone wants to hang out with. You know, they say the house is always open. You guys let them stay up and hang out. And I'm wondering how it feels to have all those kids who are so appreciative of you out there working to make your backyard look the way it's going to look.
Well, it's pretty cool, and I kind of feel like that is sort of a second ring of family kids in a way, you know, that hang around, and I like having them around. It keeps me
on your toes.
It keeps me on my toes, keeps me a little bit young-spirited just to see what they're doing.
Well, I think it's cool that they're out there working hard for you guys, and hopefully at the end of the day, it'll all come together.
It will.
Think so.
Hey, I need some guys, bring shovels and strong back.
I have some trouble.
You got a strong back, Morgan?
Yes, sir.
All right, then let's bring it on over. Before we go further, though, let me explain what's going on here. This is going to be part of the whole white garden thing that we're talking about. And we've got several plants here in the front. Of course, we know that this is a basketball court, so we put some pretty tough plants up front here. This is Ilex crenata. It's just a Japanese holly. You probably won't ever see it with berries on it, but it has little small black berries. And the rest of this stuff back through here is something that has, you know, some sort of whiteness to it, whether it's foliage, like on this Pierres, also called Andromeda, or berries, like on the beauty berry, or flowers, like on the hydrangea. All of it has some semblance of brightness to it. That's why we're adding them over here. So as you can see, we're trying to coordinate things with the flowers and the berries and the foliage, kind of like I coordinate my shirt with my shoestrings. You like that, don't you? Aqua on aqua, huh? You guys have already planted some earlier, so you kind of know that we want to make sure there's good compost added to the soil. There are a lot of roots in the way when we're digging under trees, but you got to expect that. I mean, as big as these trees are, there are going to be lots and lots of roots, but that's okay. So we'll get them in there, add some compost, and they should grow very well. Max, how's that looking over there?
It's looking good. We got it facing that way, it looks like.
There we go. Okay. Looks good, Max. So one planted, one almost planted, a lot more to go. Yep.
Get started on this one?
Go ahead and start right there.
All right.
And I'll finish this hole very soon, and you guys can keep moving back.
While William works his crew into the ground, Matthew and Norma are going to take on a cushier project.
Hey, Matthew, did you see the benches that we built?
Yeah, I saw. Is that what these are for?
Exactly.
All right.
That bench is a lot nicer than what was over there, wasn't
Yeah,
it? Isn't it?
I'd have to say so myself.
Yeah. So we got these mats.
Okay.
And they're bright, and it's a outdoor fabric, so it'll hold up
Okay.
well outdoors.
All right.
And we're tracing this spiral theme, this Nautilus theme, onto the cushions, and we're going to paint them with this red that we've used, this tomatillo red.
Nice.
And I'm going to get you started on this project. This is an acrylic paint. It'll hold up good outdoors. You can clean it with water, but once it dries, it's dried. So you're going to follow the outline that I made. I'm going to let you continue with this.
Okay.
And I'm going to sketch out the other designs on these cushions.
Okay, sounds good.
When we return, we'll muscle our way
Use your muscles and biceps.
through a difficult day 2
Notice that the tree grows up.
and lay the framework for an on-time finish. We're building a massive mirror, planting evergreens, and putting up a faux forest screen.
Oh gosh, that looks beautiful.
When Rally Round the House continues. We're halfway through day 2 of what I wish was a 3-day makeover, but it's not. At this point in the game, the future of our white garden is looking dark. The backyard bench cushions are slowly getting color, and we still have to lay the framework for a giant outdoor mirror.
We are going to be putting a mirror onto the chimney in the backyard. And we're building the frame right now. You can see that this is one piece. This is the top, piece.
Yeah.
And we're mitering our corners right now, so we're cutting them at a 45-degree angle.
And this is a miter saw.
Right, that's what I'm doing right now. So, here, put these on.
Thanks. You've got some right there.
Yeah, I do.
Okay. Do you know how to put those on?
I think I can manage.
That's
All right,
right.
let me
You
just
did
cut
that
my
right.
first.
All right.
Okay.
We're done. It's that easy, right?
Well, all these pieces now have to be routed.
What does that mean?
Well, there has to be a little ledge around the inside
For the mirror to go.
For the mirror to fit in. So we're going to do that now.
Okay.
You want to get the other pieces that I cut?
Yeah.
Josh?
While we route out the frame, William's working on a planting project that will eventually frame the mirror.
And I put a little mulch in the bottom. We don't need much. We just want to make sure that the dirt doesn't go out the holes when water gets in here. And this mulch will definitely hold it in. Okay. Let's put in the
This
spruce.
plant. I don't know if I can be able to pick this.
You don't, here's what you do. First, we have to kind of turn it to the side. And remember how I was pressing it? I want you to hold the top, though, so the plant doesn't scrape on the ground. Let me take it down a little bit more. So make sure the top, now just press on the sides of the pot. Just pull it straight off. Should come right off. Use your muscles and biceps. Good job. Okay. Now, I want you to pull on those roots. You see where they're a little tight around the middle? Just take it and kind of break up the edges just a bit for me. Just so I know that they're growing out and not growing in a circle.
There we go.
Okay? They actually don't have too far to grow in this little container, but I still would like for them to try to grow out. All right?
Why did the roots need to grow out, obviously, so that the tree can grow or be healthy. Okay, so
Right.
that was just a question I was thinking inside my head.
But no,
I
that's
said
a
it
good
out loud.
question. See, it needs to grow out so it can get some of the nutrients we're putting in the soil. It needs to spread its base further. If you keep going in a circle, it's only going to take nutrients from what?
Itself.
Good job. Okay, hold the tree back one more time and I'll dump this down on the side.
All right. Excellent.
All right.
Little dirty. We can take the goggles off now,
Yeah.
right? All right. So
Okay.
that's 2 down. We got 2 to go, but we're going to go ahead and join these 2.
Mm-hmm.
All
Flip
right.
that over for me. No, the other. Yeah, that's it. Okay, because this is the front now.
Okay.
Pre-drilling the hole first will prevent the wood from splitting.
You know what? Neely can sink this. I think Neely can sink this.
So I just go.
Yeah, make sure that you're perpendicular.
Ah, that'll work. Ah.
We're gonna get that piece of Luan that I still have to cut. We're gonna put it over this, and we're gonna screw it all the way down in with short screws so that it screws into the wood but doesn't come through the front of the frame.
All right, now before we finish with this, just real quick, do you know how much this lumber cost?
About $20-30.
All right, and how much was the mirror?
$138.
All right, so 170 bucks. For 170 bucks, we're building this giant mirror. Probably if you were going to the store, you'd drop $500 or $600 on a mirror this size. no?
Yeah, at least double that. It
Yeah.
would be at least, if not more, for sure. Yeah, definitely.
So
it's an inexpensive way.
Yeah. Will you probably go home and build a giant mirror now?
I probably will, when I have the time to and get the tools and everything. I probably will.
See?
I love to hear that.
I do too.
You guys go get the mirror, I'll go cut the piece of the land for
all
this.
right, let's go.
Okay.
Excuse us.
It's 5 o'clock and we're way behind on the white garden. The cushion painting is taking too long as well. Luckily, Williams spruce trees are planted and ready to place.
Where are we sticking it?
We're going to the left one, to the far one. And we want to have the new growth facing out, so we'll put that out. Okay. But we got to turn it one more time. I want the one that's facing your side. I want it facing out.
Yeah, oh, that looks so good.
Doesn't that look nice?
Oh, you know, you could put ornaments on these during Christmas time.
Robert wanted the carport covered, so a covered carport, Robert gets.
We got to turn it right side up.
It is right side up.
No, this is the top here.
What? Yeah.
Like that.
Right.
Notice that the tree grows up
Yeah,
in your world. About another 3 feet for me.
All right. That's all you get because we're at the end.
Look at both ends, Norman.
All right,
you
you
can step
hanging
back
out
and look
too-
at this.
No, this is coming out too far. Because this has to be clear for people to pass through. Peekaboo!
Oh, okay.
I see you!
So you want me to come back this way?
Yeah.
Okay.
The very end needs to be here.
Wait a minute.
How much
For
do
real?
you have down
For
there,
real?
Josh?
Because it doesn't go all the way to the pole?
No, people need to pass through here.
There's a pass-through right around on the other side of it.
We
no?
can.
This is where it needs to end, Josh. It's late in the day. That's where it's ending.
What we can do is just let Norma start.
Yeah.
Well, first, go back and look at it and tell us if it looks straight, and then you can come grab this staple gun and.
Oh gosh, that looks beautiful. It really does.
Good.
Thank you. Okay.
There we go. That's great. That's like this used to look 100 years ago before people came in and cut all the trees down. Looks great.
Thank you.
Magnolia, we got an oak there. It looks like there's a hickory.
This faux tree screen was custom made by a landscape designer. It's a creative way to provide cover to an open space. Coming up,
Bam, 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 bam.
we pull out the big guns and try to finish on time.
No, not ready, not ready.
When Rally Round the House continues. We're back in Robert and Rebby's backyard. We have less than an hour of sunlight to finish this makeover. The faux forest is in place, the basketball court is painted, and finally, the fireplace is finished. It's time to light a fire under our crew and pull things together for the big surprise.
Go a little to your right and let the bottom end down a little bit.
Is that it?
Yep, hit it. That's it. That's it. All right. Bring the bottom of it up a little higher. So it's more of a sideways. No. Yeah, like that. Nope, too far, too far. Come this way now a little bit. Come to your left. And a little lower. Lower.
Is that it?
Right there.
We got that?
That's it.
All right.
The leaves are up and so is our time. We'll make a few final touches and then bring Robert and Rebby out for the reveal.
Gotta get these stepping stones set.
Who wants to help me with these benches?
Okay, let's go. Run, let's go. Run,
Everybody out.
Hey, go team.
All right, it's a moment of truth. We're going to take you outside now. I'm sure you're going to be very pleasantly surprised.
I'm sure.
Before we do that, Morgan has something he would like to quickly tell you.
Well, I just wanted to tell you how much my friends and I have always appreciated everything you've done for us. We really wanted to give something back to you for all the good times we've had and you guys letting us hang out all the time. And so I just wanted to give you something back.
Well, thank you, sir. Thank you. We appreciate it very much.
I hope so. I hope you'll like it.
We will.
All right, so here we go. This goes on. This goes on. You're going to lead the way out, buddy. All right. You're going to put your hand on my shoulder. Robert, you can put your hand on hers or hold her hand. We'll lead you out, all right?
All right.
All right. Get your beauty sleep there. All right, here you go. Give me your hand. Put it on my shoulder. All right, here we go.
Okay.
We gotta go pull you around this way a little bit more, too. Yeah, that's good right there. All right, that's good. I like that. All right. Is everybody ready back here?
We're ready!
All right. All right, here we go then. We're gonna count down. And 3, 2, 1.
This is really nice. Oh, look, if they did that.
Wow, that's cool. Look at that.
That is
Little tree,
cool.
a little forest fire drive-by. That's good. God, look at that thing
That's
over
good.
there.
Oh, that's pretty. Pretty.
Those are nice fence decorations. I built that fence.
Well, at least they didn't paint it.
At least they didn't paint it.
We almost did.
Really? I like this. This is cool.
And it's a nice little cozy corner for your new backyard.
2 years ago, a house fire devastated this yard, leaving it barren and lifeless. In just 2 days, though, we were able to revitalize its beauty by adding a few simple focal points and plantings.
The stone fireplace with its granite benches is a great spot for romantic evenings or a warm place to gather with friends.
Before, the border of the yard was dark and uninviting. By adding the white garden and colorful cutouts to the fence, the outside area now appears brighter and more spacious.
The giant outdoor mirror works well in any yard. It's a great way to reflect nature throughout the landscape.
The repeated Nautilus sign on the stepping stones, basketball court, and the moss planters serves as an everyday reminder of renewal.
Oh, my dear. Toast to you.
Well, happy anniversary and happy new yard.
Happy New Year. It looks great.